Okay, so let's dive right in. We're about to look at a really fascinating snapshot of the next generation of leaders from one of Thailand's absolute top universities, Chulalongkorn. So what happens when a professor asks his students to just introduce themselves? Well, you get a powerful, unfiltered look into the future they're actually planning to build.
But, our story doesn't actually start with the students. It starts with their instructor, Dr. Yang. And this one sentence about where he comes from, it's so important because it sets up this incredible contrast with where he is today, and it really shapes the entire mission he puts in front of his students.
So for our first section, we're calling it a teacher's inspiring mission. We're going to look at how his journey, from a rice farm all the way to a global education, really sets the stage for this entire class.
I mean, his journey is pretty remarkable. He starts with a pharmacy degree in Thailand, and then he just leaps to the absolute cutting edge of neuroscience and stem cell research at two of the world's best universities in London. He actually calls himself a proud generalist, and when you look at this, you can totally see why.
And this right here, this is the mission he gives his students. It's not about, memorizing facts or acing tests. It's a direct call to action. He wants them to take their elite education and use it to create real, tangible social impact.
So then, he flips it. He turns the question right back to them. It seems like a simple request, right? But their answers, oh man, their answers paint this incredibly vivid picture of their generation's ambitions, their dreams, and yeah, even some of their contradictions.
Okay, Section 2, the portrait of ambition. Because when the students start introducing themselves, this powerful trend emerges almost immediately, this huge, undeniable gravitational pull of global business.
And wow, the data here is it's striking. The class is overwhelmingly packed with students from the Bachelor of Business Administration program. A full 60% are studying business and finance, which right away sets a really clear tone for where their career goals are headed.
So you have a lot of students like Yanida, who have these very clear, very traditional, high-powered business careers in mind. She's in accounting, and she wants to be an auditor. It's direct, it's focused.
Then you've got others, like AIM, and his ambition is pointed squarely at the hyper-competitive, high-stakes world of global finance. I mean, investment banking isn't just a job, it's a massive mountain to climb, and he's already got his sights set on the summit.
And of course, consulting shows up too. It's another one of those elite fields that just attracts top talent, people who are focused on strategy and solving problems for huge corporations.
And then there's this. Just wow. No ambiguity, no complex career path explained, just pure, unfiltered ambition. It's a goal that really reflects this globalized entrepreneurial mindset.
All right, Section 3, Beyond the Boardroom. Because it would be a huge mistake to think this class is just a monolith. Once you dig a little deeper, you find this fascinating range of passions and personalities.
You see this really clear contrast in their ambitions. Right next to those common goals like auditor and investment banker, you find students who want to be art directors, innovative engineers, and get this, one who wants to own a high-tech industrial animal farm.
And their hobbies? Oh man, this is where their personalities just explode off the page. We have a student who cares for this whole menagerie of exotic pets. We're talking owls, a falcon, a tortoise. Another one cheekily suggests their future might be as a full-time clubber. One dreams of winning a national cooking show, while another's already running a clothing brand with friends. This is not just a class of future CEOs, it is a collection of incredibly dynamic people.
Okay, Section 4, Echoes of Social Impact. So you might be thinking, with all this talk of finance and personal success, what about Dr. Kang's mission? Well, this is where it gets really interesting. We found that their ambition often comes with a really strong sense of purpose.
You see students like Tharn, who are explicitly trying to bridge that gap. Yes, he wants the high finance career, but he's already thinking about how to use that platform to contribute to sustainable and inclusive development. He's connecting his personal ambition to a much broader purpose.
And then you have others, like V from the engineering school, who see tech and entrepreneurship as a direct path to creating sustainable solutions. For him, starting a business isn't just about profit, it's about building something that really combines innovation with sustainability.
And these little threads of purpose are just woven throughout all of their introductions. You hear phrases like beneficial for the society, purpose-driven brands, and creating a meaningful impact. This shows a real desire to connect their future success to a world that's bigger than just personal profit.
So that brings us to our final section. What future will they build? Because when you put all these pieces together, you start to see a generation that's really defined by a central tension.
On one side, you've got Dr. Kang's mission, which is rooted in his own incredible journey, a call to serve, to solve local problems. And on the other side, you see the students' ambitions, powerfully pulled toward global finance, consulting, and massive commercial success. So the big question is, are these opposing forces, or can this generation find a way to make them two sides of the very same coin?
What this class portrait really shows us is immense talent, a truly global awareness, and a powerful, almost unapologetic drive for personal success. But, and this is so crucial, that drive exists right alongside a clear and frequently stated desire to make a meaningful, positive impact on the world around them.
So ultimately, this generation is standing right at the intersection of global commerce and local challenges. They're facing both unprecedented personal opportunity and undeniable societal needs. So the question isn't really if they will lead. That's a given. The real question, the one that's going to matter for everyone, is how.